Hi everyone, my name is Mr. Victor. I'm excited to be with you once again. Welcome to our online class. Today we are going to be learning how to use a very popular word processor software called Microsoft Word. We are going to be using Microsoft Word to create quantitative exercises and organogram. So at the end of this lesson, we are going to be learning how to group and ungroup different shapes in Microsoft Word. We are going to be learning how to place objects and shapes in the right order. We'll learn how to use copy, cut, and paste function appropriately. We are also going to be learning how to create different quantitative exercises, organogram, in Microsoft Word. So let's dive right in. Before we go into the practical session, there's something I need to explain to us. Now, there's a function in our word processor, which is Microsoft Word, that is called drawing tools. Now, drawing tools in Microsoft Word allows you to insert shapes, edit the shapes, and fill shapes, and fill colors to your shape. So after drawing your shape, you can add colors to your shape. You can resize it. You can adjust it or format it to any way you want it, anyhow you want it. You can actually do all of that using the drawing tool um, function. You can even use the 3D effects, you can use shadow, you can use reflection, you can use all of this on your shapes while using Microsoft Word. Now shortly we are going to go into Microsoft Word and I'll show you how to get these drawing tools, how to use these drawing tools to edit your shapes. So we are going to be using shapes to draw a quantitative exercise, just like the one we have in our various quantitative exercise textbook. We are going to be drawing something similar to that using Microsoft Word. Then we are also going to be creating an organogram. Before we go into practical, let's just look at what an organogram is. An organogram, also known as an organization chart, is a visual representation of the structure of an organization. So this is a visual representation of the structure of this particular organization. It is a diagram that illustrates the hierarchy, relationships, and roles of individual or positions within an organization. So this is an example of an organogram for a company. This is just like a visual representation of how the organization structure is. So we are going to be learning how to use Microsoft Word to create quantitative exercise and also how to create this organogram that we have right here. So the next thing we just need to do now is to launch our Microsoft Word. How do you launch Microsoft Word? The first thing you need to do is to go to your start. After clicking your start, you search for Word. You just type WORD. After you do that, this will appear and you click on it. Once you click on it, it brings you to this page. We want to start from scratch, so we'll just click on blank document and we are here. This is the interface of Microsoft Word. I'm very sure some of us know how to create tables, we know how to create different things, but today we are going to be learning how to create different quantitative exercises on Microsoft Word. So let's first start by typing, let me just type something. Quantitative exercise. Quantitative exercise. All right, so I'm going to highlight this. So you can actually, this is actually looking small. So what I'll just do is to highlight this. Then I will put this at the center using the center alignment. Then I'll come here to increase the font size using this particular function, this icon here, increase font size. So right now the font size is 16. I can click on B to make it bold, and yes, this is good. So I press the enter key to move to the next line. I change it back to what? Left alignment. We have 4 types of alignment. We have the left alignment, we have the center alignment, we have the right alignment, and we have the justified alignment. This is what I'm saying. This is the left alignment, it moves your text to the left. Center alignment, your text appear at the center. Right alignment, your text move to the right. Then justified alignment, it spreads your text around the document page. So we are working with center. So let's move to the next line and go straight to what we want to create. So mind you, remember I said we are going to be using shapes. So for you to use shapes in Microsoft Word, you need to go to insert. If you want to insert a picture, if you want to insert shapes, if you want to insert icons, tables, you find everything you want to insert in your document, you find it in the insert tab here. So we are going to be using shapes. So this is where we have shapes. I click on shapes here, and these are the different shapes that we have. So I'm going to be selecting the shapes we'll be using to create our quantitative exercise right now. So I'll go to basic shape. This basic shape here. Let me select triangle first. After drawing the shape, sorry, this is not the triangle. Let me delete it and go back to insert and shape. This is our triangle. Good. So I draw my triangle. So how do you draw this triangle? All you just need to do is to use your left click. Let me draw it again. Just drag your left click, hold it down, drag it, and as you're dragging it, sorry, let me insert it one more time. So as I'm dragging it, you see my hand is on the left click and I can drag it, increase it to any level I want. Now if I'm okay with the way I want it to be, I remove my hand from the left click and it is like this. So you can actually resize your shape. If it's looking too big, what do? You reduce the size just like this. I think this is perfect. So I can move this to the center, still using my left click. Now this here is the drawing tool. Some of you might see it as drawing tool, you might see that shape tool is actually the same thing. So here we can actually edit this shape. Right now this shape here is colored in blue. So there are some functions here that we can use to adjust the shape. If you look here, you can see we have shape fill, we have shape outline, we have shape effect. So depending on how you want your shape to look like, you can make use of these tools here. So the first thing I'll do is to make sure that I don't want any color in this triangle. So what will I do? I click on this. Now these are the different colors. If you want to change the color, if you want color to be on your triangle, it's fine. But for what I want to create here, I don't need any color. So what will I do? I'll just scroll down to no fill and the color goes off like this. It's looking perfect. So I need to work on the line of the triangle. If you notice, this line here is blue and I want it to be black. If you look at the top here, the drawing tool or the shape tool is no longer here again. If you want to bring it back, just click on the shape. You click on the shape like this and it comes out, shape format here. So when you click on it, now let's work on the line, the outline of the shape. If you see here, we have shape outline. So I'll just come click on this drop down. Then I can change the outline of the color. You can see here it's black. This is perfect. So I change it to black. You can also change the weight of the line. If you come here, if you want it to be bigger, you want it to be as big as this, you can actually do that with the shape outline. So I'll just reduce it back to, let me use 1. Let me use 1. You can also, select any shape effect you want here. If you want to use this in your own drawing, you can actually do that. You can see it has changed how the shape here is looking. So I don't want to use this, so I will just, I'll just change it back. Good. So we have our triangle. I'm going to bring in another shape so that we can use it to create our quantitative exercise. So I go back to insert, go to basic shape, and I click on circle. Circle here, you see that oval is still the same thing. You just click on it and you come here to draw. The same way, you hold your left click, then you drag it out. All right, perfect. My circle is looking perfect. So I move the circle to connect with the triangle just like this. Now, just like what we did with the triangle, I will also do the same thing with the circle too. I go to my shape format on my drawing tool. Then I go to shape fill. I remove the color inside. So we have no fill. Then the next thing we need to do is to change the outline to black. So I come, change it to black. Good, this is looking perfect. So what we are going to do next is to copy and paste. I need another circle here. So instead of drawing another one, if I attempt drawing another one, it might not be the same as this. So all I just need to do is just click on the shape, then I press Ctrl C. Now the Control key is on your keyboard, is the shortcut to copy a text or a shape or anything you have in Microsoft Word. Or better still, you can just right click on it and you click on what? Copy. You select the shape first of all, right click, then you click on copy. Now I go to where I want to paste it, then I just press Ctrl V to paste, and this is it here. Remember I said Ctrl C is to copy and Ctrl V is to paste. So now I have the same circle. All I just need to do is to move it to this point here just like this, and it's looking perfect. This is good. So the next thing I want to show you here is how to group. But before I show you how to group, let's learn how to add text to this particular shape here. So if you want to add text, all you just need to do is, okay, sorry, let me make this perfect. All right, this is good. So if you want to add text to your shape, all you just need to do is just select the shape, right click on the shape. Now when you right click on the shape, make sure you've selected the shape, you right click on it, then you go to add text. This is add text, and you click on it. Immediately you click on add text, your insertion point will appear inside the shape like this. So I can now type 10. I can type 10. Now the 10 is not showing. The 10 is not showing. Okay, so if you encounter this problem, this is what we'll actually do to correct it. So remember, when we were drawing this, we said no fill. So, okay, good. When we were drawing this, we said no fill. So this is what we are actually going to do here. There's something that we were supposed to do. Let me reduce the size and bring it here. Now remember, we said no fill. So I attempted typing number inside and it's not showing. So this is what we are going to do. When drawing the shape, you need to select this. When you select this, you can see right now the text is showing inside. So make sure you click here so that you can be able to type inside. So I'll just type 10. I want this to be at the center. I'll go to home and I click center. So let it be at the center just like this. Now same thing with this circle here. If I click on this and I try to type, let's also attempt it. If I right click and I click on add text, if I try to type anything, you can see it's not showing. So what I just need to do is to go back to my shape format and click on this here. So immediately I do that, anything I type now will show. So what I want to do here is multiplication. So I want to say 10 times 10 will give us what? For those of us that are mathematician, 10 times 10 will definitely give us 100. So the same thing here, we want the answer to appear right here. So what will I do? I select the triangle, right click on it, add text. Same thing, it will not show because we did not select this at the beginning. So you can still go back and add it, then we'll type 100. And you can see just like that, we have text inside our shape. This is looking perfect. It's looking like, you know, a quantitative exercise we have in our textbook. This is great. The next thing we want to do now is to group this shape together. Now, why are we grouping it? We need to group it so that if we try to move it out, you can see as I'm moving this out, the triangle is moving alongside with, it's only the triangle that is moving, leaving out the circle. So I want the shape to move together. So grouping basically is joining two or more shapes together as one. So how do you group? The first thing you need to do is to click on the shape. After you click on the shape, you use one finger to hold your shift key down and you select the remaining shape. Mind you, please, you need to hold your shift key down. If not, it won't work. Now, if you try to select the shape without holding your shift key down, this is what will happen. You just keep moving from one shape to another. It won't work that way. So after selecting one of the shape, you hold your shift key down, then you select the remaining shape, and you have this. After selecting the three shape, remove your hand from your shift key, then you right click on the line of the shape that you've just drawn. Any part, any line of the shape. So at this point, I can right click here. Immediately you right click, you see a dialog box and you see group here. Locate and left click group. You move outside and you see group. And right now, our shapes have been grouped together just like this. Isn't this lovely? Okay, so if you want to have more of this, it's very simple. Let me reduce the size of this. If you want to have more of this, very simple. Just press Ctrl C and Ctrl V to copy, like I said. Ctrl C is to copy and Ctrl V is to paste. I can go on and on and on. Let me fill this whole page with this particular exercise. So the only thing that is just left for us to do is to change the numbers. The numbers, you just change the numbers just like this. And you can see that we have the different quantitative exercises just like this. So at this point, I want you guys to practice this. It's not compulsory you do it exactly the way I did. You can use different other shapes. You can go through your textbook and find different quantitative exercises that you can actually use, and try to practice on your own to get to master how to use the drawing tool or the drawing tool in Microsoft Word to create quantitative exercise. I believe we've actually learned how to do that. Now, the next thing I want us to quickly do, remember we explained what an organogram is. We want to quickly design the an organogram, still using shape. So I'll just scroll down. Remember, what I said that we are going to be creating is this particular organogram here, this one. So I'll just go back to Microsoft. So this is what I want us to create. So let me go back to Microsoft Word and here. So here I'll just start by, first of all, I'll go to shape, select my rectangle, and I draw my rectangle just like this. It's looking perfect, and I put it here. Okay, so the next thing for me to do now is to get line. So I can use this arrow. Well, let me use the normal one, this normal line. Now when you are drawing a line, you need to hold your shift key down so that the line can be straight. So what I'll do here is I want to draw a line, a very perfect straight line. So I'll just come here, hold my shift key down. From this point, I draw a line straight here. You can see that this line is straight. So the next thing for me to do is to draw another line. Still select line, hold the shift. If you don't hold the shift key, your line will not be straight. So I'll just draw another line like this. You can see that the line is very straight. Now I'm going to select another type of line, but this one with the arrowhead. So I'll come, select that, hold my shift key down, then draw a straight line. Good. So I go back to selecting the straight line again. I hold my shift key down. Sorry, let me select it again. I hold my shift key down, then from this point, make sure it's on the line, then I draw it out like this. Okay, so let me move this down a little bit so that it will be on the same line. Perfect. So I can get the arrow key, or better still, instead of doing that, I can just decide to, let me delete that, decide to copy this. Just click on this line, press Ctrl C to copy and Ctrl V to paste. Then I move this here so that it will be the same length, you know. And we have this. This is perfect. Yes, this is perfect. So you can actually group this information. But before we group it, let's add more of this. So since we are using this box, I will just select this box and press Ctrl C and Ctrl V because I want them to be the same. So I move it down just like this. And I press Ctrl V again and I move it down just like this. Wow, this is looking great. Let me move it up a little bit. Awesome. So the next thing we need to do is to group it so that whenever we try to move anyone, they all move together. Remember what I said about grouping? Grouping is joining two or more shapes together as one. So for us to group it, remember the way I explained it when we were creating the quantitative exercise. You select this, hold your shift key down, and select everything including the line. So I select this line, selected it, I select this line, I select this line. You need to be careful with this so that you don't. Okay, I've selected that. I select this shape. Selected. I select this. Good. I select this line again. I have to move it so that the cross will appear. I have to be very. Okay, I think I've selected that. So I select the last one. Okay. Oh, okay. Let me do that again. All right, good. So now I've selected everything. So what will I do now? I'll just come. Okay, sorry, I didn't select this. Select this rectangle. All right, good. So what I'll just do now is to right click. So I'll just come here, right click here. I'll just right click here like this. After right clicking, a drop down should appear. So you see group, you move it to group just like this. And you can see everything has been grouped together. So let's try to move it. You can see that we missed one thing out of the what we're trying to draw. Sorry. Let's now place this well so that we can group it together. Okay, just try to arrange it so it will be perfect. Okay, good. I think this is okay. So since I've selected everything, I'll just hold my shift key and select this last one that we did not group. You can see I've selected it now. I right click on it and just click on group, and everything is grouped together just like this. Isn't this awesome? So the last thing we need to do now is to add text. So this here, we will just click here, add text. So if I try to, you can see it is showing. So I will just type CEO. Yes, CEO is showing. Then here I can just type manager. Make sure you right click first, click on add text, then you type jar. You move to the next one here, and you do the same thing, add text, then you type manager 2. So with this, I believe you've gotten the concept behind creating an organogram using Microsoft Word. You can see all we just did here is using shape. So you can actually add more here. In this part here, you can still add more. You draw your line, you draw more shapes, and you add more of the shape here. So I'm going to stop this video here. I want you guys to practice this. I want you to keep on practicing it, because they say practice make perfection. So I need you to continue doing this on and get it correctly. I believe you enjoyed today's class. I'm going to stop here for now, and we'll see ourselves in the next video. Thank you, and God bless. Bye.